Welcome back to another Vincent Drug display video, and it's a bit of a sad one today. In today's episode, we're going to be taking down the Vincent Drug display. The display as it stands here has been in my collection room for about a year and a half now, but unfortunately it is now time for it to be removed. So, I'm going to go ahead and start bagging up the masks and taking everything down. Okay, so maybe that last clip was a little overly dramatic here. So, the display has now moved. It's the same display that it was as of my last update on this, but it is now in the Artisan's Crypt in Daytona, Florida, which I've already done a bit of a video on when I did my Spooky Empire video, but yeah, this is now the new home of this setup, which means it's in a place where people other than myself can come and enjoy it. So right now it is in the back room here of the shop. This is the Stabbing Cabin Studios section where we work on all the masks and props and everything. And while the Stabbing Cabin workshop is deep within the bowels of the Artisan's Crypt itself, there is a glass door that connects it to the rest of the place, and you come by, you can actually take a look at the display. The other really cool thing is that the main two other masks that I'm missing from the lineup are ones that Rob actually has. They're out in the front mask museum area, and at some point I'll have to bring them in here just to take some photos of the whole group together, because that would really just put us like one or two really obscure masks away from everything. I think the only one I could think of off the top of my head that's missing beyond that is that weird Mr. Mask zombie with the hands ripping the face apart. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick video talking about this new setup for everything, this new location for the display. I will drop a link to the Artisan's Crypt down below so you can come and check it out either virtually online or come down to Daytona and check it out in person. Until next time, later. So I am extremely behind on Vincent Drug videos. I think the last one I shot was almost a year ago at this point, and that was me packing up the display to move it to the crypt, and I think I've done videos about it being at the crypt before I ever did the reveal that I moved it to the crypt. Yeah, I'm behind, and I've had a couple things to unbox that I just have not had time to get around to lately, and I'm just trying to marathon out a couple videos this morning of unboxings and things like that. Hopefully I can get some stuff up soon. So, without any further ado, we're going to rip this thing open. And we got a bit of an obscure one. We've got the Devil's Cape. This is a Fun World item. It is exactly what you'd think, like a rubber, vinyl, whatever cape that just, you could wear for Halloween. But this is on the display behind Jamie when she's looking at like the full costumes, like the whole like costume with mask on the rack. This is behind her. I think it's above the Eric mask, and you can barely see it, but it is there. I would not really have noticed what it was if it wasn't for other people having found this. I forget whose photo it was, but there was somebody out there who had this in their collection. I was trying to figure out where that belonged, why they had it, and I finally realized where it was in the scene. So as far as I could tell, this looks to be the right one. I don't know if they changed up the design at any point. I'm trying to see if there is a date on this, but I don't see one. From what I could tell, this looks to be the correct item. And this next one is technically not a Vincent Drug unboxing, but it is a Halloween 4 unboxing that is about right for the mood of it all, I guess. And what we've got here is a little pumpkin flashlight deal. Pumpkin. It's a skull. I don't see any branding on it. I don't even know if it really would work because there's nothing in here or here. So maybe it's not a flashlight. That's what I thought they were. Maybe it's missing pieces. I don't know. It doesn't matter because it looks right. Like the outside looks right. The important part looks right. But I believe this is what you see Jamie walking around with when she actually goes trick-or-treating. She has a little flashlight in her hand. It's really hard to see. I couldn't find a shot where it was like super clear exactly what it was, and I think there are some like different versions of these around that are similar. This one's in decent shape. It's got a little crack there at the chin though, which is a bit of a bummer. Very classic old school Halloween design. You got the seams in the back of the skull there as well. So not necessarily something that was at the Vincent Drug scene. I actually asked online because I saw a lot of people had these in their collections for Vincent Drug, and I could not find it in the Vincent Drug scene, and they told me what it really was, what was going on with it. But it does feel like an item that would fit in with that stuff, that would be appropriate to have with Vincent Drug items. So I'm gonna add it to the collection. It was inexpensive, and a simple little piece doesn't take up a lot of room, so I figured it'd be worth it. The only downside shooting these videos now, which is part of the reason why I've been slow to do them, is, usually when I was filming before, I'd be sitting at my desk, I would talk about the items, unbox them, and then I like turn around and like right here was the display, and I'd be able to put it on there and show you immediately. Now I've got to like go to Daytona and go to the shop and load up the thing. So that's part of the reason why I haven't been doing these as regularly. But I will get these parts down there, and I'll have to shoot that bit a little later, but it should be pretty quick for you guys now unless I unbox more stuff in the meantime. So I was pretty busy at the shop, so I didn't want to record audio at the moment. But here are new additions to the Vincent Drug display in place on the shelf. The way I have it set up, it's really not ideal for the cape, so I might have to figure out something different to do with it. And same location, a couple weeks later, we were working on some stuff in the shop, and we decided to bring in the other two masks that I need to complete out the Vincent Drug display here, that being the Dawn Post Eric and the Dawn Post Snake Mummy, so we can finally get a look at what those look like when added into the collection. Still want to add dedicated copies for the collection themselves that belong to me and aren't just borrowed from the shop, but definitely couldn't resist showing it all together.